Today, I'm going to show you guys how I'm sending out $15,000 worth of inventory for my Amazon business. What's up, Driven FBA community? I hope we're all good. I've been getting a ton of questions recently asking about how to send your first shipment to Amazon. In this video, I'm going to clear that all up. Matter of fact, I went to the outlets the other day. I spent around $15,000 worth on inventory in the past 2 days. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I package that all up and send it out to Amazon so that it can reach your fulfillment centers and I can make my sales. Number one, you're going to need a tape gun, right? You can get that on Amazon itself. You're going to need some tape as well, right? Like the rolls of tape. Get them on Amazon. Don't go to, Lowe's and get screwed for $8 for 3 rolls. And then you're gonna need some boxes, right? I like to get the extra large boxes from Lowe's or Home Depot. They got it at either one. Also gonna need to get some 4x6 labels. They're really cheap for your Rollo printer. Make sure you have a Rollo printer or an IDPRT printer. You're also gonna need the 2x1 labels. Those are the small little FN SKU labels you're gonna put over your barcode on your products. So when Amazon scans it, obviously that's pretty much like the serial number for that product. So you're gonna need some 2x1 labels and some 4x6 labels for your Rollo printer or your IDPRT printer. And then lastly, you're gonna need a scale, right? You can get one of those cheap scales that you can get on Amazon because obviously you're gonna have to weigh your boxes so that Amazon can confirm, pretty much how much product you're sending, how much it weighs, obviously expense all the shipping costs and whatnot. So make sure you do have a scale as well, which you can buy on Amazon for like 35, 40 bucks. All right, we just booked the warehouse. It's 9:04 right now, so pretty later than usual when I come to the warehouse, but decided to kind of show you guys how I go about sending my stuff out to Amazon. So I'm gonna get down, ship all my products out, box them up, and I'm gonna show you guys how to go about it on Seller Central as well. It'll be a good time. So we're gonna send out all these units out and let's get to it. All right, so now we're about to send out all the stuff to Amazon. Stuff that I got is from the Adidas outlet. I spent around $14,000 in the span of like 2 days there. So we have around 14K cost of goods to send out to Amazon. Mind you, real quick before I even dive into the Seller Central side of things, you guys that are already experienced in this, I definitely recommend using Inventory Lab. It makes things a lot more smoother, but beginners that are just getting the hang of things, obviously do all your prepping through Seller Central. And I'm gonna pretty much give you guys a step-by-step guide how to go about packaging your products, sending them out to Amazon, and more specifically shoes, because I'm not really doing anything. I'm not doing cosmetic, groceries. Just this is really for for shoes, right? And for shoes, it's pretty simple. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I go about doing that on Seller Central. So before we even get started, regardless of what you're prepping, regardless of what groceries, clothing, whatever it is, we have to make sure we're organized. For example, I'm doing shoes today, so I'm making sure that each row is the exact same size, exact same shoe, and I organize it like that so that when it comes to prepping and putting the labels on each box, it's gonna make it way more efficient. So before we go into Seller Central, to make it as easy and as organized as possible, my cousin Nasser, he's gonna be scanning all the products that I currently have on SellerAmp. Like I said, I already have it all organized, so it should be very easy for him to go one by one, each row, and scan it. As he's scanning it, it's gonna pop up on the history on selleramp.com. So when it pops up on the history, he's going to tell me exactly how many units of the thing he just scanned has, so that when it comes to actually labeling my products in the future, obviously Amazon's gonna wanna know how much of that product that I have, and I will already have that noted down. So there's a systematic way I go about it. Feel free to copy my exact method. It's just something that's worked for me when I come to prepping on Seller Central. But other than that, let's get right to it. All right, we are here on Seller Central right now. This is where I have all my products listed. Obviously, listing your product. All you're gonna do is go up here, go to catalog, add product. All you're going to do is insert whatever ASIN it is. Matter of fact, here, I'll just give you guys a quick example. Let me go back over here. I'll just pick one of these ASINs. I'll list it again. I don't really care, just so I can show you guys. Now we're gonna go over to list your product. I'm gonna go ahead and put the ASIN there, copy and paste it. It's gonna ask me if that's it. Yes, it is. Select the condition, new, right? Because I'm selling this brand new. Pretty much from here, all I'm gonna do is insert the quantity. So let's say I have 8 of it, whatever. Your price, I always list my price for the product like exponentially higher than what the market price is. Let's say, for example, the product's selling at $70. I'll throw it up at $90. If I list it at that $70 range that it's currently at right now, well, you never know. The market might change. The buy box might fluctuate. After all, because you listed your product at a price that you thought was stable, the market could have increased, and now you're tanking it. So always put your price higher when it's on its way to Amazon. Obviously if you have a repricer like BQL, which is a good AI repricer, set your minimums and your maximums to reprice to that product, to the current market. But just to play it safe, always do it exponentially higher so that when it's on your way there, you can reprice it as needed. But in the beginning, just to play it safe, mark it up super high. New, obviously, Amazon will ship and provide customer service, right? And then I don't sell any of these third-party marketplaces, and then pretty much save and finish, and then it's gonna load up for me, right? So print and apply Amazon barcodes myself. I never use manufacturer barcode because I guess it's a way, I've never used it, but it's I guess the way Amazon pretty much tracks the product without even you putting a label on it, which I think is very risky. So I always do print and apply barcodes myself, which is what I'm gonna be doing. It's self-explanatory. All you're doing is literally printing the 2x1 labels and putting them over the barcodes on the shoe boxes so that when Amazon scans it, it's directly correlated to your account, to your stuff. So print and apply Amazon barcodes myself. We're gonna do that, and the reason we're gonna put list as FBA, right? Not list as FBA and send to Amazon. we're going to send it to Amazon. The reason we don't press this is because obviously we're going to do, a whole batch of orders. This would be as if I'm selling it, by itself, when in reality I'm going to send multiple. And then boom. So it doesn't typically list right away. Matter of fact, it'll take a couple minutes to actually show up in your account. I've already listed all of my products, so I'm going to get right to it. Okay, so right now Nostr is scanning all the products, and as he's scanning them, I'm refreshing my page every single time. Obviously, because when he scans it, I got to refresh it so for it to pop up again. I'm just copying the ASIN in Celeron, going to the notes, each individual row, I'm pasting the ASIN, and then Nostr, from that 4th row, you said there was 3 units, right? And then after I paste the ASIN in there, dash 3. So I know exactly how many units I have. And I'm doing that for every single row so that once I actually send out my products to Amazon, or excuse me, once I'm actually labeling my products, I know how many I have of it. And it's just gonna make the process 100 times smoother. All right, I just printed out all the labels. I set them on top of the boxes. Now what's pretty much left to do is go in Seller Central here in a second. For the most part, just set them on top of the box, and I'm gonna go in Seller Central, put them in the boxes, and before I put them in the boxes, of course, I'm gonna label them as well. So let's get to it. After it asks you for all the prep requirements, obviously, like I said, no prep needed. Putting in the quantity per SKU, you're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom of that screen. Obviously, I'm not on it right now, but on that screen that we were just at, scroll all the way to the bottom. It's gonna ask you to confirm it all pretty much, and it's gonna take you to this page. Typically, sometimes, depending on what products you're shipping out, you might have different pack groups, meaning they're gonna have to, it's just gonna have to be, the units that you have might not be able to be mixing with other units in the shipments, in the boxes. In this case, I'm pretty sure because it's all Adidas, everything is literally in pack group 1, meaning I can mix them around however I want, put them in whatever boxes. Like, I don't have to worry about, putting, I don't have to worry about putting, this blue shoe with this red shoe. Like, I can just mix them together. It doesn't matter. Obviously, I have to note it down what's in each box, but for the most part, I can put it. It doesn't matter, right? But sometimes it might matter. Sometimes you might have different pack groups. If that's the case, just make sure the shoes that are listed in each pack group, they are put within each pack group. They're not, you're not mixing the shoes within different pack groups, because that'll obviously mess up your shipment. But in this case, like I said, all in pack group 1. So from this point on, it's gonna ask me how many boxes. The only thing about Seller Central is when you're doing this, maximum of 10 boxes for Seller Central. At least in this case, when you're entering it through a web form. There's other ways of entering it. Uploading an Excel file. Using 2D barcodes, whatever. I always use enter through a web form. I've always use that when it comes to Seller Central, and unfortunately, I did not process this when I come here, because I don't use Seller Central anymore. I use Inventory Lab, which definitely recommend. But when it comes to Seller Central, especially when you're new, don't use Inventory Lab just yet. Use Seller Central. Only gonna have 10 boxes per shipment maximum. So with that being said, I'm praying I can get all 142 units in within 10 boxes. That's about 14 shoes per box, which is possible. I think it's possible. At least I hope so. And from that point on, all we have to do is here. We're gonna open up web form right here, and it's very simple. It's very straightforward, right? Box dimensions. Now, luckily, all my boxes are extra large boxes from Home Depot. They're extra large, so I believe they're 22 by 22 by 21 or something like that. I don't know. I'm about to see, but pretty much you'll put the dimensions of your box, right? Whatever the dimensions are, length, width, height. After that, you're gonna start filling each shoe within a box, right? For example, if I have one in this one, this is box 1, right? So my first box, if I have 1 in there, I have 3 in this, 3 in this box. I put another 1 in that box. I put 2 in that box. I put 3 in that box. I put 2. I put all 2 of those. I put 5 out of 10 in that box. Like, for example, right? I'm just giving you guys examples. And then the box weight, right? At the end of the day, after you put whatever shoes in whichever boxes, put the weight of the box, right? You're gonna tape it up, slap it on that scale, which I have a scale right here. You guys will see in a second. From that point on, you just move on to the next. It's very straightforward, right? Just let's say it's 43 pounds. Boom, check off that box. Add another box dimension. Now, all my boxes are the same dimension, so it's the same thing. And then obviously it's gonna weigh differently because you're gonna have different shoes, different sizes, all that good stuff. But pretty simple. I'm gonna kind of speed run through this, and then as I'm doing that, I hope you guys are doing the same thing. So it's a very simple process. All you're doing is putting which shoes in which are in which box, how much that box weighs, checking off the box, and then on to the next. And let's get to it. All right, we just finished labeling all the boxes, and when we were on Seller Central a minute ago, it wanted us to confirm. Obviously, there's no prep needed because we were doing shoes, and we put in the units, slapped in the labels like I just said, and from here, all we're gonna do is confirm that, and it's gonna take us to a separate screen where now we're gonna put these in the actual boxes to send out to Amazon. So pretty much from here, we're gonna put them in the boxes, slap the labels on top, drop them off at UPS, and make our money. Let's do it. All right, guys, as we can see, I finally finished. I look absolutely drained, but it's 4:12 a.m. But yeah, pretty much after you put in what units are in each box. It's gonna ask you to confirm everything. Boom, confirmed it. It's gonna take you to another page after that where it's gonna pretty much ask you for, you know, the shipping details and whatnot. You're gonna wanna go with Amazon shipping, which is UPS. It's gonna pick the UPS option to partner with Amazon. That's why I said Amazon shipping. And then after you confirm that and after you pay for the shipping, it's gonna take you to the final step where then you go to, you get these labels right here. You can get one of these little scales right here from Amazon for like 40 bucks. You know, you're gonna need one. And all you do is you set the box on the scale after, you know, you put all your units in there, put how much it weighs, put it into the designated box right below when you're packaging. So obviously, you know, make sure you have a scale. They're like 40 bucks. They're not expensive at all. You know, make sure you guys get some 2x1 labels as well. Very important. You guys are gonna need some 2x1 labels. You can get them on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. Other than that, guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram, ecomhish. Drop a subscribe below my YouTube channel, ecomhish as well. And drop a like if this helped you out. I mean, please, like if you liked it, then that means that I know it helped out, so I can keep making videos that are helping you guys out. So the more likes I get, the more that I'll know that it actually helped out. So please drop a like below and drop any comments for any other videos you guys want me to make to help you guys as Amazon sellers. I'm here to help you guys out. I'm not a gatekeeper. I want to see you guys win, because if you win, I win. That's how I look at this. So other than that, that's your first FBA shipment, and let's get this bag. So see you guys in the next one.